Hey, hello investors and future investors. Welcome to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to use the cash secured put option strategy in order to make consistent income. This option strategy is one of the best option strategies out there, and it can be utilized especially if you're trading with a small accounts portfolio. So, if you're new to options trading or you're trying to get into options trading in order to supplement your regular 9 to 5 with additional income, then you so happen to stumble onto the right video. Welcome to Investment Gains. Let's jump right into it. Welcome back, investors and future investors. My name is Tim, and on this channel, I show you how I use my portfolio in order to make consistent income. For today's video, I'm going to show you an amazing option strategy, none other than the cash secured put option strategy. I'm going to show you how I use this option strategy to not only get stocks at a cheaper price, also going to show you how I make income while doing this. Now, you guys know how we do it on the channel. Let's go ahead and get down and dirty with options. Now, when we say we're going to be getting down and dirty with options, we simply mean that we're going to be showing you a step-by-step walkthrough of how we do these option strategies that lead us to get consistent income. And maybe, just maybe, you might want to try this in your portfolio if it works for you. So let's go ahead now and get into it by going down to the hood options chain, and that's going to be down to the bottom right here. We're going to hit trade hood options. Now that we have the option chain open, for those of you new to the channel, or if you may be new to options, this entire area down here is known as the option chain. Now, what the option chain does is that the option chain gives us enough information in order for us to make an informed decision before getting into any option contract. Speaking of option contracts, there's always two things I require from my viewers and my subscribers. Do yourself two favors. Favor number one, always make sure to do your own due diligence before investing. Favor number two, always make sure to have an exit strategy before entering any option trade. That being said, I do send out a free options newsletter every single Monday. So if anyone is interested, go ahead and check out the link in the description below. Now, on this channel, we specialize in helping small options portfolios grow consistently over time. Now, if any of you guys are struggling to grow a small account portfolio, especially in this market pullback that we're having, then go ahead and there's a link in the description below in which I give coaching on a weekly basis. Now, let's get back to why we came here for. Now, the cash secured put option strategy is a selling option strategy. Whenever you sell something, you right away receive some kind of compensation. And for option trading, that compensation is always going to be money or income. So, to get started, you're going to go to sell, you're going to go to put, and then you're going to select your strike date over here. Now, the strike date we're going to be going with is going to be April 17th, and that gives us 15 days to expiration. Now, feel free to choose a strike date that works for you. This is all based on a personal preference, the size of your portfolio, or your portfolio goals. So, April 17th it is. Now, in order to achieve the most out of this option strategy, it's highly advisable for you to choose your strike price below the current share price. So let's go down just a bit in order to get our strike price. Now, I do have Robinhood in my portfolio, and I think Robinhood is an excellent stock for anyone to own in their portfolio. I literally make all my videos using the Robinhood platform, so why not have Robinhood in my portfolio? So in order for me to get more Robinhood stock into my portfolio, I have chosen to use the cash secured put option strategy. So now I'm going to go ahead and choose my strike price. Now, based on my personal preference, any strike price below the $40 strike price would be perfect opportunity to get into the stock. But just for the purposes of this video, I will be going with a $38 strike price. Now, the $38 strike price gives me a chance of profit of 79%, or let's just round it up to 80%. Now, because we're going to be selling something, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be receiving compensation. The compensation we're going to be receiving is going to be in the form of money, which is going to be 0.80 or 80 cents, which is in the options world. When that 80 cents is translated into the real world, that's going to work out to be $80. And that's simply because each option contract is multiplied by 100 shares. Let's go ahead and we're going to click into it. And there you go, the cash secured put. One of the most beautiful thing about a cash secured put is that as soon as you do this option strategy, you're going to be receiving that money. That money is going to be yours to keep no matter how this trade goes. That's what makes it an excellent option strategy, especially if you trade with a smaller account. Now, being that this is already such an excellent option strategy, I also refer to this option strategy as a win-win option strategy because there are so many ways to win. Now, there is one thing I want to mention, which I think is of extreme importance. And for that, you could simply click into your strike price, and that's going to open up your secondary option chain, or what we like to call your Greeks. Now, if you can see down here, your delta is 0.2. Now, this does not really matter if you're doing this option strategy on a good stock because you don't mind owning the stock at any price. You're just willing to make some additional income while you get the stock in your portfolio. So the delta shouldn't really be a big deal. What I want to bring to your attention is the implied volatility right here. Now, as an option trader, you need some kind of decent implied volatility in order for you to make some decent premium. So any implied volatility of between 50% and 100% is decent and not too risky. For an analysis, any implied volatility below the 50% mark is very low risk and you will not receive some decent premium. And vice versa to that, any implied volatility of 100% and above enters into risky territory. I'm not saying that you should not trade it. All I'm saying is that you should be more careful when trading it. The other thing is that the open interest. The open interest, as we can see here, is 42.55, meaning there's about 4,000 people that agrees that this contract at $38 strike price with a 79% chance of profitability and is paying $80 is a very good option contract to be at. So let me just show you in comparison to the one below, which is the 37.5. If we open it up, you could see the open interest here is just 218. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to show you the one right above to see if it's the same. And that's going to be the 38.5 and the open interest is 1200. So in this case, the $38 contract seems to be the most lucrative. So that's just some additional information that I think that you could use while you're doing the cash secured put option strategy. So in order for you to do the cash secured put, you must be able to leave the cash equivalent of whatever strike price you choose. So for instance, if you choose the $38 strike price, the amount of money you're going to need to have in your portfolio in order to do this trade is going to be whatever the strike price is multiplied by 100 shares. Hence, this case is going to be $3,800. Now, there's a couple of ways in which this trade could go. Come expiration date of the 17th of April right here, if this share price right here of 39 is anywhere above the $38 strike price we choose, then we get to keep our $80 price right here. Remember, this money right here is ours to keep no matter how the trade goes. So not only do we get to keep that income and use that income to grow our portfolio, we get back our $3,800, which we left as collateral. Now we could go ahead and do this strategy again and again until we are assigned. Now, what is assignment, you ask? Good, I'm going to get into that right now. So the other way this trade could go is that expiration date once again of April 17th, if this share price here now goes beyond this $38, anywhere 37 and lower, then now we're going to lose our $3,800. But it's not that bad. Now that we're going to be losing our $3,800, we're going to use that $3,800 in order to buy 100 shares of the stock. So now we lose the cash, but now we have 100 shares of the stock in our portfolio. And that is how I use this option strategy to buy even more shares of a stock that I already want to own. Did I not mention as well that now that you're forced to buy 100 shares, you still get to keep your $80? I mean, win-win. The first win is that if the trade goes in your favor, you get to keep your collateral and do the trade again. If the trade does not go in your favor, then you lose your collateral, but then now you get 100 shares. In both situations, you do get to keep this income right here. And like I said, This income right here could even act as another paycheck for you, do I dare say. Now, that is the cash secured put option strategy in its essence. This is an excellent option strategy for anyone to use, especially if you're trading with a small account. If there's a stock that you want to own and you think you want to get it at an even reduced price while making some income to grow your portfolio, then I would strongly suggest you employ the cash secured put option strategy in your portfolio. Now, if you guys have any question about the cash secured put option strategy, or any income generating option strategy, then feel free to let me know in the comments below. I have another question for you guys. Do any of you guys have the Robinhood stock in your portfolio and why? Now, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, if there's anyone out there struggling to grow a small account portfolio, remember that is our bread and butter. That is what we're good at. Feel free to share this video with them. And until the next video, keep pushing your investments.